How you guys doing? I'm Robin, back from Kind of Big Deal Tarot, and I'm here to do a recap of 2025, the 9 year, okay? The end of the karmic cycle for most of us, okay? That did the work, okay? End of bad karma, into walking into, striding into, like the horse, the year of Dharma, okay? Dharma is good karma for those that have worked on themselves, elevated, healed, or healing, okay? Because healing is never a one and done job. Let me get my tea. I got black tea today, starting over no sugar. I gotta lose some of this weight. So, we're gonna do the recap as I cleanse the cards and put them back. I did a collective reading last night at 12, okay? So I'm just going to recap because Spirit says leave the cards here for Aquarius, and then we're going to go into tarot. Aquarius, year of 2025 was a karmic year, the year of the snake. A lot of us been going through this karmic cycle since 2017, all right? That is 9 years, 2025. So for about 9 years, maybe some before, maybe some less. But in between that 9 year, a lot of us went through karmic cycles. And when I'm saying karmic cycles is, you know, energies and experiences that we had to learn from, all right? Good or bad, okay? A lot of it was negative because we had to learn to not be codependent on other people's energy and not allow other people to be codependent on ours. It's okay to ask for help, but long as everything is balanced and reciprocated and being equal, like you're not using nobody and nobody is using you or taking advantage of you. But that's not happened. That didn't happen in 2025. That did not happen in that 9 year cycle, okay? There was a lot of codependent energy that we had to eliminate, deaden, all right? A lot of us were in relationships that was based off of lust, sex, okay? Worldly manners, materialism, okay? A lot of us were in cycles of that. And we had to learn that, again, that is still being codependent. That is still being having an addiction, all right? So again, there was a lot of sex, worthless sex, and sex is sacred exchange of energy, okay? So a lot of us are wasting our good juices and good energy on people that did not deserve it, all right? People that were using us for one way or another. Materialistic, okay? Energetic, okay? Mental, material. Like I said, there were lessons that we had to learn that everything was not always in black and white. There is a gray area, okay? There's in between. So again, we learned a lot of spiritual lessons, all right? That may hurt us to the core, had us very scared at times. Some of you guys could have went to prison. Some of you guys were afraid of prison. But it doesn't matter. It also means getting out of spiritual jail. This was a year that a lot of us were tested spiritually. Our character was tested. Our integrity was tested. Who we are as a person, our truth was tested. So a lot of us was scared during 2025. All right? There was a lot of fun moments. There was a lot of good times. There was a lot of people that laughed at us. Okay? That did not think that we were going to get this far. They did not think that we were going to get through these years. A lot of people were preying on our downfall. All right? A lot of us were in stuck energy with that scared energy, 8 of Swords. Okay? Spiritually, physically, in the 3D and the 5D. We were scared to take a leap of faith. We were scared not to be reliant or codependent on anybody or not needing someone. We were scared not to have money. We were scared not to have relationships. So again, we settled for a lot of things that was not of our vibration, all right? So again, a lot of things were very serious, but we had to know when to take the time out to laugh about things. Because again, it needs to be a balance in life. Okay? So everything that wasn't always so serious. It was times where we laughed, we had good times, we had bad times. It's also, like I said, about the balance. We were in situations where we had a lot of options and a lot of decisions. We also were put in places where people were choosing. We were choosing to be with people that was making us an option. We were putting people as a priority, and they were making us an option. But again, you had to decide whether you were going to stay or go out of that situation. Whether you learned the lesson or you want to repeat it. All right? A lot of us learned that we had to purify our aura, our energy, okay? Because we are around a lot of, I'm trying to say this in a nice way, low vibrational people, okay? Tainted people, karmic people, negative energies, negative vibrations, okay? Like I said, people that wanted to ultimately bring us down. We had to purify our energy. Where you definitely need to do some cleansing work before going in 2026. A lot of us dealt with a divine feminine or divine masculine. The year of the 9 was the yin year. So it was the feminine year, all right? Again, with the divine masculine being in reverse, there's a lot of lessons for the divine masculine to learn, okay? Remember, a lot of us, man or her, whatever you are, again, that's negative coming on here. You don't have to be here. So again, there was a lot of lessons we had to learn to get balance, okay? With a lot of darkness within inside of all of us that we had to learn to heal and embrace, doing shadow work, healing, okay? So the divine masculine, again, some of them fell into the karmic energy by doing things repeatedly and not learning the lesson, not elevating their energy, all right? Because the divine feminine is upright. But again, there needs to be a balance. A lot of us needs to be balanced as well, not to always be so love and light, because energy is reciprocated if that's what you're giving back, but not to stoop so low. We can't show people that, oh, we're all good and wholesome, okay? Because there is, everybody has that shadow side. So sometimes you have to go in your shadow to show people who you truly are and not to mess with you. Yes, you're doing spiritual work on yourself. You're elevating your spirit, your soul, your life. But again, you don't want people to always think that you're that naive, that you're that dumb. Again, there was a lot of situations that we had to end, deaden. A lot of karmics that came against us will be dying off in 2026 and further, because they cannot live in that kind of positive energy. These are people that refuse to elevate spirituality, okay? They refuse to elevate their spiritual nature, to get close to source. So a lot of those situations are coming to an end. They're being buried. A lot of us went through those cycles so we can level up. So we can level up, all right? So again, we operated with a lot of people that were in their pride and ego, all right? They were in their pride and ego. This is also telling us that not to let pride get into our way, to get out of being in their ego. Let the ego die so you can operate out of your heart space and bring in alignment, things that are truly for you and your good nature. But we were dealing with a lot of people that were in their pride. All right? We spent a lot of time with immature people. Like I said before, people that did not want to grow. People that were full of illusions. Showed us one way, but they were deep cut in the core. They were hollow. They were shallow. All right? A lot of us dealt with water signs, all kinds of signs. But water sign could be prevalent or relevant here. You could have it in your chart. You could have dealt with somebody that had it in theirs. This is also talking about our emotions. were affected. Okay? So again, these were friendships that we got into that showed us another part of them and revealed another part of you as well. The year of the snake is about everybody shedding their skin, what no longer serves them. We also got to reveal and see a lot of snakes. A lot of people's masks fell off. In friendships, relationships, and dating, 2026 is going to open up a whole new realm of dating perspectives and people that align with you. Long as you've been doing the work, that in your energy vortex. A lot of us had to need a therapist, or dealing with people that needed a therapist. Okay? A lot of us have PTSD from this karmic cycles in the 9 years, especially after COVID. So a lot of us needed a therapist. A lot of people that we were dealing with needed a therapist. They had mental health issues and did not get them handled with a therapist, medication, doctors, anything. So we were dealing with a lot of immature, mentally defected people. Some knew and some did not care to know. There was a lot of people that did not want to compromise with you. But in 2026, you're going to get a whole new level of a soul tribe, friendships, jobs. These people will compromise with you. It's also telling you to read through every and any contract. Do not sign anything without reading it in 2026. We dealt with a lot of toxic and crazy energies. It may have driven us toxic and crazy. We could have felt that we were toxic and crazy at one time. You could have been people telling you you were toxic and crazy because you tried and you was paying attention to the signs, your intuition, everything that was happening around you. You were not toxic and crazy. You were seeing exactly what you wanted to see. A lot of people mirrored you. You mirrored a lot of people. A lot of people had to take the time to self-reflect of what they've done. You had to also take a look in the mirror of what you was allowing and enabling in your life. You may have looked in the mirror about all the games that was being played. You may have looked in the mirror about being a single parent. You may have looked in the mirror about your twin flame connection, friend, family, or lover, and how they were treating you. Some of you guys had to get distance from a lot of people, okay? Someone that you was distant from got back in contact, and when you got back in contact with them, it was an epic fail. Then you realize why you stayed distant from a lot of people. Some of you guys also might be very distant because of what you've been through in that 9-year cycle. Someone new is coming in for a lot of you guys, okay? Someone new is coming in. We also had a lot of lies. People that was avoiding commitment. People that was avoiding organic growth. A lot of karmic partners. And again, with the, could have been dealing with somebody who drank a lot of coffee. All this was for a higher purpose. It was to help elevate you into the next season, into your next chapter. A lot of people were dealing with people that were just not ready. They were just not ready to be on the same energy timeline that we were elevating to, okay? So again, that access has been denied. Block communication, because a lot of us, again, we're dealing with a lot of spell work, black magic. We followed the signs and the symbols to distance ourselves from these people, emotionally detach, walk away, start something new. Or this is what you are, told to do. A lot of us was revealing or have revealed a lot of toxic family situations. We were dealing with people that had a lot of toxicity in their family. Not saying that everybody do, because I was about to say who don't. But again, it got to the level where these people were forming against other people, attacking other people, involving spell work, black magic, evil word cantation, evil eye, envy. This took a lot of place, okay? Took us to a lot of places where we had to realize again, getting out of that codependent energy into a place where we're whole and wholesome all by ourselves. All right? We were dealing with a lot of people that were fake. Okay? They lived that life of illusions. We had a lot of people that treated us like friends with benefits, only wanting sex or using us for some type of material wealth. All right? There were a lot of actors and actresses in 2025. 2017 to 2025 is 9 years. A lot of us were financially strapped. So, but now in 2026, we're focused on money. A lot of us were dealing with people that were financially strapped. So they wanted to use us and whatever we can give to them to help them gain their momentum in this life. Taking shortcuts and using us to do it. So now a lot of us are guarded. A lot of us are guarded. There could have been failed marriages in 2025 or 2017 to 2025. I know in 2017 I got divorced. It was the best thing ever. In 2026, you're going to be able to relax. You're going to be able to breathe. You're going to be realizing and getting your answer to why you had to go through these lessons. Hi, Marjorie. Okay? You're going to be getting your answer to why you had to go through these karmic cycles, all right? It also was to bring harmony and peace in your soul, in your spirit, in your home. Some of you guys will be moving to new homes, okay? Some of you guys could have felt like you was in a never-ending story because you was around a lot of chaos and conflict. But again, that was not to tear you apart. That was to pull you together to your higher self, walking in your purpose, having faith in the divine and source. All this was divinely guided to bring you to a place of home, to bring you back home to your purpose, for you to remember who you are, for you to take your power back. All right? So, yeah, some of you guys, saw your powers, your gifts. Some of you guys can see things in your dreams, your psychic and your clairs gifts that is given to us. Other people use and misuse their power in negative ways by coming after you with those gifts, trying to attack those gifts. So, of course, we've been through a lot of karmic cycles, period. All right? So now we're going to get into the tarot decks. Now, I want to make this all about 2026. I saw the Divine Feminine. So again, I feel like Divine Feminine. Remember, masculine can be in this energy as well. It's all about balance, okay? So, I see that you're truly working on yourself, getting closer to source, getting closer to God, all right? Balancing your spirituality out with your material world. There's going to be a lot of changes. Saw the Wheel of Fortune in a positive way, okay? All right, thank you, Spirit. Show me the divine, show me Aquarius energy coming in 2026. You are starting from zero for a lot of you guys. You're starting from the bottom, now you're here. Okay, you're starting from zero, you're starting all over. This is the year of rebirth, okay, liberation, okay? Wow, I like that. You're starting from rebirth. Like I said, some of you guys could be moving into a new home, or you will be, or you already have. You took a lot of risky behavior, a lot of risk dealing with a lot of people that were, like I said, faulty, fake, abusing their power, using you. You took a lot of risk dealing with a lot of people of that nature with the Fool card here. That is Aquarius energy. But now you are going to be taking a faith, to deal with things that, like I said, that are aligned with you, that makes you feel at peace instead of having chaos and conflict, all right? Things that are aligned with you and where you're going, your higher purpose. Four of Wands is here. Happy home, blessings are here for you, all right? There will be a celebration. That also is the Twin Flame card. Three of Wands, your ships are coming in. You could have been waiting for this for over 3 years. Something that you've been waiting for is coming in. All right? But it's also talking about being patient. Some of you guys could be getting back out there and dating again because you took risks with low vibrational people just out of codependency, not wanting to be alone. All right? But you will be coming into union with someone that you've always waited for. This also could be the perfect job. Can't make it up. I love it. You have the Ten of Wands in reverse. The Death card upright. And the Justice card upright. Okay? So for a lot of you, you are lifting heavy burdens. Burdens that were not yours to carry. You've been carrying around a lot of people's burdens for about 9 years. You've been carrying around things that have hurted you, mistakes that you have endured or were a part of. Like, you have learned these lessons and you are realizing, again, the year the 10 of Wands in reverse, again, it is time to lift those burdens. You've been carrying them around too long. This is where, like I said, you're carrying around regret, remorse for what you didn't do right, instead of taking it as a lesson to move forward. But a lot of you, that's what you're doing. You're learning the lessons, you're taking these lessons, moving forward, and you're releasing these burdens. Because you're realizing also a lot of these burdens were yours not to carry. You were always trying to help and save people while risking yourself, risking your emotions, risking your passions, your desires. And at the end of 2025, it had to be revealed to you that it was a failed effort. This was not your burden to carry. It was always theirs. It was not your burden to save people and heal people. Yeah, you can help, but you're not Superwoman. And some of you guys were acting like Superwoman, Superman. It is not here to save a hoe, okay? We're not doing that. We're definitely not doing that in 2026. Some of you guys went through a huge transformation here with the Death card. Like I said, you ended cycles. You cut people off. You dropped the disload. Now that is what's bringing you balance. From 10 to 11. Today is 1, 1, 1, 0. Okay? So again, you lifting these burdens. You ended cycles so you could transform your own life. So in 2026, you got balance. You got justice, karmic justice, legal justice. Things are going to go your way because you realize your mistakes. You worked on your situation. You moved away from people. You ended certain cycles. You transformed your life. You were flexible during all this chaos, all this drama. You dealt with a lot of charmers, okay? But now you are following your heart. I love when everything I say comes right out in the cards. You're following your heart. You're starting to love on yourself, nurture yourself, pay attention to your life's purpose, work on yourself. You guys walked away from a lot of people that, like I said, refused to work on themselves. They wanted to use and abuse you, use their power, in negative ways to come against you, drain you of your resources, your source, your energy. We are humanitarians, and sometimes we do it without even thinking twice. But then at the cost of who? At the cost of us. So a lot of you, again, you walked away from people and situations that were using you. You started to focus on yourself, your money, your finances, your stability, a home, your credit. Okay? You started to get with, or you're going to get with, a soul tribe that you're going to be able to celebrate with, rejoice with. There's a lot of people watching you, and there's going to be still watching you, that now want to come back and celebrate with you. They want to eat at your table. They want a reunion. Because they see you loving on yourself. They also see that you're getting gifts from the divine. You're being rewarded in 2026. These are people that you walked away from. You're emotionally detached. And you, again, continue to work on your job, your self-mastery, your projects. You detach from things that was no longer serving you. And again, you started to pour into yourself. So you're going to be rewarded enormously. Divine masculines out here. Again, you also took your power back. You're taking your power back. For a lot of you guys, a divine masculine will be coming in. If you are feminine, your divine match is coming in 2026. But remember, again, I understand that you're guarded. You're already guarded from that 9-year cycle. You're guarded. So again, you're going to have to use your discernment even more. Remember all the lessons that you endured and been through, okay? You're not going to be putting up with being juggled, used, or abused. A lot of you guys are resting. You are restoring your strength, your energy for what's to come. A lot of you guys been tired. That is one of the ascension symptoms, okay? Getting on that new timeline. You are rebirthing and having a new birth and everything. You're no longer in stuck energy, stalemate energy. You're no longer stuck. You're no longer indecisive of what you want to do, where you want to go. But again, for some of you guys, you got that sword up. You're ready to protect yourself, your energy at all costs from everything that you've been through. You're speaking your truth and you're standing in your power. You're taking your power back. Because with the number 10 here, again, you're focusing on your legacy wealth, being financially secure. No more juggling. No more in your head about what to do. You're not confused anymore. 222 could be relevant. 333 could be relevant. 1010 could be relevant. You're manifesting your life. You're having new beginnings. You're having a rebirth with the Ace of Wands. Right under the Justice, 8 of Pentacles, and rebirth. All the hard work that you put in to yourself and to bettering your life and elevating your spirit, your soul, it's going to be rewarded and paid off. You're going to see evidence, material evidence, things that you can touch in 2026. Some of you guys, like I said, might be getting new love. Some of you guys might be getting married. But like I said, with the Hierophant here, you have learned the lessons. God, your spirit team has walked with you. They've been protecting you all this time. They have your back. Again, you might have somebody coming in that want to communicate with you. This is somebody that you moved on from. It also took you a lot of strength and courage and bravery to move on from a lot of people that you might have felt like your heart was still with, that you were kind of codependent on their energy. You thought these were good friends, family members. It broke your heart to move on from these people, but it was necessary for you to elevate. You could not stay in that karmic cycle. I mean, you could. We all have free will. But a lot of us chose to get out of that cycle because it was doing nothing good for our mental, our energy, our health. So in 2026, you're going to be seeing the rewards of why you had to walk away, why you had to get away from these people, why certain things happen. Because a lot of people also are going to be getting exposed in 2026 for all the corruption that they've done, the higher ups down to the basic people. Everybody is going to be getting exposed in 2026. Even the people that you dealt with that done things to you. Karma is here. Divine justice is here. It is an end to the situation. When Pluto went into Aquarius, like I told people, I knew things were going to pop off. I knew the year of the snake was going to be. I knew it. So a lot of us got ourselves into situations where we had the intuition not to trust these folks, not to trust this job, not to trust that coworker, not to trust this lover, but we still did it. because we were not honoring our intuition, our higher self. So now we know better, we do better. Now we listen. Because there's nothing but the source coming through to you. Coming to you to go through you. How about that? All right, show me more for Aquarius. All right. Like I saw the moon card in reverse. There's going to be a lot of people that were operating out of the dark. Going to be exposed. Paying more to your intuition. Some of you guys right now are in the Nine of Pentacles. You're self-reliant. It took this to get to. You had to take a risk to get away from these situations where you were codependent. Or people that were codependent on you. You're now in a self-reliant energy. Because you have wisdom. You have knowledge. You're so welcome, Marjorie. Okay? You have independence. You're thriving successfully. Some of you guys have a business or want a business. Spirit said, go do it. Everything that you thought that you couldn't do, it is the time to do it. It is the time to believe in yourself. Okay? Have that courage, that bravery. All right? Get out of that scarcity mindset. Get into a place where you are how do I say this? Trusting your intuition. Trusting your gut. Trusting where spirit source is guiding you to. Right now you are wiser from everything that you've been through. Okay? So you know better, you do better. A lot of you guys were dealing with Knight of Wands, a dark person. Knight of Wands, Queen of Wands, same energy. Feminine or masculine. That was causing you delays. Was causing your financial delays. Your mental blocks. Your spiritual ascension. You're coming out of that now. This is also telling you, don't be scared and inconsistent with your projects. Don't be inconsistent with moving forward or new jobs. Don't be scared. Be okay to be open to doing something new, learning new things. Again, there's a lot of people that we had to let go with the Four of Pentacles in reverse. We had to let them go because they was holding us back. This is also talking about, again, Aquarius, start saving money, okay? Where some of you guys had to prioritize your life, your priorities. Get them all in order. Get your house in order, which is your soul and your home. Again, Five of Wands in reverse. We are avoiding drama and conflict at all costs, especially with someone that wanted to just use us for sex. That was blocking our finances right there. Someone that was using us. We're also realizing people that we cannot co-create with. That we can't create with. You can't create an abundance lifestyle with someone that's inconsistent. Someone that wants to be in playgirl energy. Someone that's for the streets. Someone that's very immature. You cannot create nothing of abundance with that. I don't care if it was your twin flame, your fire flame, your mama, your daddy. You can't. If you see inconsistent behavior, if you saw things that were not trustworthy of a person, if you saw that this person liked to lie and gossip and stay very low vibrational, if you saw that this person had a negative mindset, a lack mentality, again, you're at a place where you're following your heart. Some of you guys are coming from a place where you had a lot of anxiety, a lot of worry, inner turmoil, and fear of stepping out in faith and going on your own. But a lot of you guys took the time to self-reflect, okay, soul search. A lot of us Aquarians are okay with being alone. But again, it's not all the time. But sometimes you have to be alone to elevate, to grow, to hear God, to hear Source, to hear your spirit team, to hear yourself. Now you have people, again, they're coming out that tried to take your power, that tried to control you. They try to control your destiny, all right? They are watching you blow up, get into this Empress and Empress status. You had a person that was acting like they were your divine partner, and they wasn't. Now the year of the horse you're going to meet, your true divine partner, your true Two of Cups. You had somebody that was supposed to be your divine partner, okay? But they fell from grace. There will not be no coming back and revisiting that with the Three of Cups in reverse. You will not be reconciling with this person. You will be having a new Two of Cups, a new connection. All this is being divinely guided because you have learned your lessons with the Devil in reverse. You have learned toxic lessons, karmic lessons, people that wanted you to operate out of lust, bondage, materialism. You basically defeated the devil, that some people would say. You defeated this. Can't make it up. Under this, that was clarifying the Hierophant, which I call this the Pope, the God card, your spirit team, your morals, your values, your integrity, your character. Beat this toxic lifestyle. Beat them karmics at their own game. Okay? You had people, again, like I said, they wanted to reap what is coming for you. They wanted to take your energy. They took your energy. They abused your power. They abused their power. They love bombed you. They gaslit you. They lied to you. All that's being reversed and returned to sender. All that even started at the end of 2025. All these things are being liberated. For some of you guys, you don't even know who these people was. You just felt the energy. All that's going to be revealed to you. Everything's going to be revealed. Things are going to be equal, given fairly. Like I said, you're going to be given rewards. After rewards, it's going to seem like a miracle. But this is all the things that you manifest, that you got into a line for. These are all the things that you healed from, that you're being rewarded for being so patient. Okay? Because you know, patience is not one of our best qualities. Okay? You're healing from karmic connections. Now you have these karmics over here. Now they feel brokenhearted because they realize they lost a good thing. A lot of them could have been your divine partner, but they refused to elevate. They refused to work. They refused to do the work on themselves. They refused to just live right. Okay? There was a lot of humbleness that happened between 2017 and 2025. A lot of you guys got humbled. A lot of these people are now being humbled with realizing who you are. You're a child of the Most High. A lot of us are here for a divine purpose. And part of the purpose was to help these folks get on the right path, to get out of these toxic situations, toxic cycles. Sorry to say, a lot of people did not want our help, Aquarius, and we can't make them. You can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make them drink. But now we're in the year of the horse. It is time for us to amp off, empower ourselves. Get that speed up, our stamina up, and go full speed ahead like we're in that track race. The only competition we got right now is ourselves. We're not people that's in competition with us, with anybody. A lot of people in 2025 and beyond that, 2017 to 2025, were in competition with us, and secretly to us, we didn't even know. We did not know we were in a competition. We did not know it was a race. But with our spirit team, we won it anyway. Because like I said, they were attacking us. Now in 2026, we speed off in the race. And we win. Especially over these karmics. All right, Spirit, here y'all go. They've been good all day. They try to cause you a lot of mental confusion, anguish. Now these people are in their head. Like, again, 9-9 here. Like, how did you walk away from their so-called trap? How did you get out? They're scratching their head. They're also having nightmares. They're being visited by your spirit team. They're getting beat up with the karma that is coming or has been bestowed onto them. Again, you have clarity. You have abundance. You're shining. Okay? You're ready for that luxury life. You're ready for the rewards. You have clarity. Some of you guys can have Leo in your chart. You're getting a lot of attention, or you will be. in 2026. Six of Wands. You're going to be getting a lot of attention, a lot of accolades. And yeah, as you lay up and get all your wishes. 9-9 is here. Okay? You're emotionally satisfied with being alone. Because especially with all you went through, all the karmic connections, all the things that you had to heal your heartbreak from. Come on, guys. Let's get some more likes here. All right? Don't be a hater with 19 people here and only 9 likes. Don't be a hater. All right? Ace of Wands in reverse. You got clarity of who was trying to block your creative, who was attacking your solar plexus. Your solar plexus, again, does operate with the sun. Okay? And it is part of your creativity, your self-esteem, your healing nature, your intuition, mainly your creativeness. Health-wise, you could have issues with your stomach. These people were trying to block that. These people all along were a hidden enemy. And like I said, the divine God, source, was not going to allow you to create anything new with these people. A lot of these people have STDs now. Falling right on top of the devil. They have STDs. Not just sexually, but what they call it, sexually transmitted demon. Okay? Because of the energy they was in. You were protected all along, Aquarius. 7 of Wands. 7 is the spiritual number. When you started to put up your boundaries and your guard, you were protecting yourself, but you also been spiritually protected. You could have blocked some of these people out for your peace. And just from you doing that alone, you got to see and observe who was your enemies, who was for you and who was not, and who was definitely not a divine partner. But this is what's coming in 2026. So some of you guys, again, you're planning for the future. You're stepping ahead. You're going towards the future. With the 2 of Wands, you're making the decision to leave things in the past. 2025 definitely was a harsh lesson. And I'm sure a lot of us got some soft booties now. You were dealing with someone that is obsessed. This karmic partner is still obsessed. You got karmic energies that are still obsessed. They're still watching you. They want to watch you blow up. It's like you are a shell. Some of you guys could be getting picked up to talk about your life from a TV series, okay? I saw that too, days ago. Or write a book. Some of you guys might be going down that era. And this is all going to bring you fame. So you can tell your story the right way and get recognition for it. Again, because you put things to an end. You got people now that are obsessed with you, that want to be your friend again, because they always saw. These people was getting readings on you, what your purpose was. That's why they were trying to block it. That's why they were trying to siphon your energy. But nothing can be stopped. Nothing can stop what your source and God ordained. Again, they got so mad. The last reading, they got so mad and upset, realizing who you are and that you are a warrior. You don't give up easily. And that's, again, they're so sorry and very apologetic now. Because, I don't know, they thought you was an easy target. They thought you was naive because you're so kind and loving. Some of you guys, like I said, went through a lot of things financially. Now you got 9999. You went through a whole shakeup. A lot of accidents. A breaking in your foundation, in your soul, so you can be rebuilt again, okay? Out of love. Out of your heart space. Following your heart. And you still had a lot of love for a lot of people that did you wrong. Okay? You had a lot of love for people that did you wrong. But again, that was the year for it to be exposed. Now you're walking into your purpose. You're following your intuition. You're loving on yourself and all these things. You're going in a new direction. For some of you guys, something that is following your heart, your passion, Something that's going to bring you nothing but happiness. It could be a new job, a new adventure, new growth, okay? A new life period. It's taking you out of scarcity, out of Five of Pentacles, being abandoned. Some of you guys could have been homeless. But like I said, you took the time to self-reflect of everything you went through. You took the time to heal, especially at the end of the year 9. Some of you guys probably took the whole year to reflect what you went through from 2017 to 2025. You heal. You're healing. It's a never-ending process. All that drama and chaos that you went through, conflict, you got out of that. You followed your intuition. Like I said, people were getting readings on you of your purpose, of your life, of how connected up to source you are. They didn't believe it in the beginning. They didn't. They did not want to believe that you was any special or any different than they were. And you're really not, but then you are. Because you've taken the time to learn the lessons, to heal yourself, to heal cycles of trauma from past generations, generational cycle breaker. Aquarius, the energetic vampire, like you assassin energetic vampires. That is your warrior spirit. That's part of your purpose, whether you realize it or not. I know I'm realizing it now, like, wow, I've been through A, B, and C to help them, also to help me elevate. I don't have no grudges on these people. It was nice that they tried. It was nice, right? But they also got to show me how powerful I am. If it takes all you to come against little old me, that shows something about you. A lot of these people getting revealed as of the end of 2025 going into 2026 from other people, other sources of who they truly are. Because they was out gossiping, slandering your name like you were this evil person to them. And you weren't. You weren't. You just told facts. You spoke the truth. A lot of times, like I said yesterday, a lot of people don't like to hear how other people truly see them. A lot of people around flying monkeys. Yeah, boss. That get along with them. That tell them everything that they want to hear. Instead of helping people heal that shadow side. Get out of their dark energy, their toxic ways. No, they have yes men around them. Aquarius is not that friend. We never been. And for a lot of us, we can't take constructive criticism. For a lot of us, we can. Especially after what we've been through. Like I said, a lot of us been humbled. We're walking in 2026 humbled. We know we really can't trust anybody. And if we get that gut feeling, that intuition, those little flares, those little clairs, we need to pay attention to them. We having dreams, we need to pay attention. Because that is source, our spirit team, talking to us, definitely from 2017 to 2025. We learned that. We got to pay attention. When you are jumping timelines and elevating, that is a jumping of the timeline. Because people don't do it. People stay in low vibrational energy for as long as they can because it is comfortable. It's all they know. They're scared to be and evolve to someone else, someone different. But Aquarius, we are the innovators for a reason. Out of all the fixed signs, we're one of the ones that is okay and accept change because we know it's inevitable. Just like death, it is inevitable. It has to happen. We have to evolve. We have to grow. We cannot stay the same. We didn't stay the same from a toddler to a child, to a child, to a teenager, to a teenager, to a young adult. So with any growth, there is pain. So again, there is pain. It's just how we're going to take the pain, what pain we're going to endure, and what pain we're not going to put up with. Trust your gut, unless it's telling you to text them. I like to bring, some funny, humorous things from what we went through at the end of the lesson, or the end of this reading, okay? So again, this year that just passed showed us to trust our gut. We had to block a lot of people out, not text certain people, karmic partners that we thought was a person. The full moon is not an excuse for bad decisions. We had a lot of people that was doing a lot of moon magic, a lot of people that was living in the dark, being in the dark. We could have been around a lot of drinkers. We could have stopped a lot of toxicity within ourselves, drinking, drugging, low vibrational energy. A lot of people like me went into AA, is in AA, okay? Cheese powder. That dream wasn't prophetic. You just ate too much cheese. A lot of us was having prophetic dreams. But then that's, us telling ourselves that wasn't prophetic, or other people trying to dilute our prophetic dreams, our connection to source. Telling you, no, you just ate. You shouldn't eat before you go to sleep. No, you just did this. You did that. And that's why you had that dream. Oh, I know one. Oh, you just think of me negatively. That's why you dreamt that way. No, you was having a prophetic dream. You're connected to source. That's one of your gifts. You're not stuck. You're just scared. You're also kind of lazy. This is what we've been dealing with. A lot of people that were lazy. They're stuck in their ways. They are. They're stuck in that karmic energy. They're stuck in that low vibration. They don't want to heal. They don't want to change. Why? Because they're scared. All right? Let's get one more. Oh, wow. Astrology isn't a personality disorder, following the stars in the chart. And that came out reverse. It's not. It is not. A lot of us follow the stars, okay? We follow, astrology. Your spirit guides are face palming you, like mugging you. You might have had a lot of that in 2025, okay? Because they're like, you're seriously having to use tarot, following other people, getting all these readings instead of paying attention to us, your dreams, your intuition. Yup, they tried to water us down. I love it. Okay? You are not everyone's emotional support wizard. Exactly. We're not here to fix everybody. We can help. We can aid you on to the right path, but we can't do the work. Help me, fix me. I'm sad, fix this. No. A lot of us was in that people-pleasing energy. As they were draining us, using us, like she just said, watering us down. But no more, Aquarius. You're going to be rewarded in 2026 for all that you've been through. You're also going to be seeing people getting exposed. It's going to be an ambush. It can be right in front of you. You are going to get divine justice for everything that you've been through. Long as you've been working on yourself, staying true to yourself, being connected to source, and staying close to the Most High. All right? And also, please remember, God is within all of us. That is one of the things that we was also supposed to learn in the age of the Aquarius. All the control, all the lies that's been told, they're all being exposed from the bottom to the top, to the top to the bottom. Please remember that. You didn't go through anything for nothing. It was all part of your elevation, your connection to source, your test, their test as well. If you're here, you pass the test. Now be ready for your reward. Remember, guys, be you, love you, okay? It is the highest vibration of all. You have to be able to pour into yourself before you pour into others. And like the airplane, if you're drained, what do you think you're going to be giving out? And what do you think you're going to be receiving? Get aligned to the divine so you can manifest and attract everything that is your desires. It's your birthright. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Bye now.